Good morning, children. Today we are back again with politics, a new chapter, constitutional design. So, from the name itself, you will be understanding, you will be knowing that you are going to learn something about how our constitution was made. So, in this chapter, we shall deal or we shall read about constitution. So, before knowing about constitution, before moving on to the term constitution, we should know what is a constitution or what is the meaning of the term constitution. So, in simple words, you can define constitution as a set of rules and regulations. It is a set of rules, and regulations according to which a country is being governed or according to which a country runs. So, that is called as constitution. So, constitution is a set of rules and regulations. You children, in school you have a diary where set of rules and regulations are written and kept. So, similarly our country is also having a set of rules and regulations which are written and kept. Why are they written and kept? They are written and kept because you have to follow and observe it and you cannot change it. That is why rules and regulations are written and kept. So, we have a written constitution and we are going to learn in this chapter how or the evolution of our constitution. So, in this constitution, it is in this constitution that it defines what is the position and power of the three organs of the government. You know which are the three organs of government? They are the legislature, executive and the judiciary. So, all powers related to the three organs of government are written and kept in the constitution. So, in this constitution it also explains the relation between the government and the citizens. What is the relation between government and the citizens? How is a government formed? What are the powers of the government? What are the powers that the government has to follow? What are the different rights of citizens? What are the citizens or which are the fundamental rights of our citizens? All these are written and kept in a book which you call it as the constitution. So, it is what is written and kept in the constitution. So, do we need a constitution? Next question that arises is, do we need a constitution? That means, do we need a set of rules and regulations? So, say just without even thinking itself you can say we need rules and regulations, isn't it? We need it. Yes, the answer that you give will be yes, you need rules and regulations. So, you need rules and regulations mainly. This written rules and regulations we need mainly to develop trust and coordination among the people as well as among the government and the people. Now, these written laws, they are written and kept. These laws are something that is being approved by all the citizens living together in the country. You know, India is a diverse population with many types of people of different cultures, customs, traditions, etc. living together. So, these rules are something that is acceptable by all the people living together in the country. Now, it also specifies how the government should work, in what way the government has to work, what are the ways in which government has to be formulated. All these things are written and kept in the constitution. Now, by writing and keeping the powers of the government, it limits the power of the government. So, because all these are written and kept in the form of rules and regulations, we say we need a constitution, these rules and regulations. So, why you need a constitution, you will be understanding it. You will understand it much more easily if you understand this example. If we go clearly through this example of South Africa. So, South Africa, you see many trading companies from Europe, they migrated for the purpose of trade to South Africa. So, reaching South Africa, what they did is by using force, these white people, they were very less in number, they were minority in number, but even though they were a minority in number, they were very strong powers, and with this powers, what they did is that they became the local rulers of South Africa, and they brought forward, they started a new rule in South Africa which came to be called as apartheid system. You called it as apartheid system. So, apartheid system means it is segregating people on the basis of race or on the basis of color. Now the majority people, that means the majorities were the black people. So in South Africa there were different colored people living. There were whites, there were black, there were Indian people, then there were other colored races also living in Africa. So among them whites were a minority in number, but they were very powerful. So they took over the rule of South Africa. They became the local rulers of South Africa, and they started segregating the Africans on the basis of color. So the different ways they used for segregating these people. They separated the whites in different ways, and the ways in which they separated these black people were, see, they did not give voting right to the black people. They restricted the black people from living along with the whites. That means white people lived in a separate area and black people were allotted separate areas for living. Then ambulances, schools, cinema halls, see, etc., they were separate for the black people. Even bus stations were also separate for the black people. Then they could not enter the churches where the white people entered. Then white people, these black people, they were not allowed to form associations also. So such a lot of segregation they did towards the black people, even though these black people were the natives of South Africa, and these people suffered a lot. And in 1912 an association was formed which was called as the African National Congress, and this African National Congress was a group of like-minded persons who voluntarily came forward in order to struggle against the system of apartheid. And this African National Congress, it was started under the leadership of Nelson Mandela. I think you will be familiar with this name, Nelson Mandela. So in 1960 they continued struggle against the Europeans, and in 1960 this African National Congress was banned by the government. And this struggle, they did not keep silent again. Even this struggle got intensified, and under the leadership of Nelson Mandela itself, and see, thousands of people were being mooted and killed in this struggle. And Nelson Mandela and several others, they were caught hold and they were put in prison. They were put in house arrest. They were sent to an island called Robben Island. It was near Cape Town in South Africa, where he was sent in exile for about 25 years. Sorry, for about 28 years. So after 28 years, Nelson Mandela was released. And see, negotiations were being held between the whites and Nelson Mandela, and finally on 28th April 1994 apartheid system was totally abolished from South Africa, and South Africa became a democratic country in which all people were being treated as equal. That means there was no segregation as black and white. They were they were able to forgive whatever ill treatment that this white people had given on to the black. So they began to be treated as equals. Now the black leaders, they appealed to the black people to forgive whatever things that, or whatever they had done, the white had done against the black people. So both these white people and the black people, they sat together and they came out with a finest constitution of the world. Constitution means they framed a set of rules and regulations which was favorable both for the whites as well as for the black. And this framing of constitution was not an easy task, and see, they had to give up. In certain situations they had to give up. They had to make compromises with each other in order in a way that in future they will not be breaking up any of these rules and regulations. So they had written and kept it in the form of laws, which you call it as constitution. So it was not easy going. I already told you, it was not easy going for them to trust each other, isn't it? Trusting each other. Mutual trust between the whites and black were not an easy, it was not as easy as we say. So there were possibility, there was tendency that they would break up their words if it was not written and kept. So they wanted to safeguard the interest of the people here, and in order to safeguard the interest, the only way they could maintain trust among the whites and black were to write certain rules and regulations. So, these written rules and regulations came to be called as the constitution. So, that is a need for constitution. That is why it is told that we need rules and regulations. I hope you understood the need for a constitution by this simple example of apartheid system that existed in Africa. So, you will be moving on to our Indian constitution in the next class. Thank you.